Salutations and welcome to the second episode of the zoo tour of Parken Zoo in Eskilstuna. And here we are where we left, where we saw the lions, but now we are inside the house and we are finding a habitat for radiated tortoise. And we also here find a much smaller little habitat for Kleinman's tortoise. Kleinman's tortoise is endemic to North Africa, to Egypt and Libya, while the radiated tortoise you just saw is actually endemic to Madagascar. So we are definitely in Africa. This was a small aquarium, I don't know for what, because I didn't see anything there and there's a sign. But here we have the radiated tortoise in their outside habitat, and right next to them was the meerkat habitat. And as you can see, they were fed, and there were some children allowed inside the habitat when they were fed. I think this is one of these things you book beforehand, that you can be allowed to get in the habitat with the keeper for some animals, like for the meerkats right now. Meerkats is of course known from Timon from the Lion King. Meerkats are endemic to the southern part of South Africa. They are very known for being very active. They are found in very many zoos, and they're also a delight to see. They are a part of the mongoose family. And now I was backtracking a bit and saw some Gotland's roosts. Domesticated breed of horse from the island of Gotland. Pretty normal in Swedish parks. It's always good to see them keep the old breeds alive. This terrible footage is from the bat area. Yeah. There is a bat area that you can get to with your entry tickets, but now we are already looking at the Gelada, so they have a lot of great monkey footage. This is a type of monkey that is from the Ethiopian highlands and mountains. It's related to baboons, but isn't quite a baboon. It's more of the closest relatives of baboons. And as I said, they are endemic to Ethiopian highlands. They have a lot of climbing opportunities in their habitat here. In the wild, they don't actually climb that much, but of course they do climb still. Yeah, monkeys are also always a delight. So, and there was a really big one. This is probably the alpha male of the crew. This footage is actually from when I returned, because you have to backtrack past this place one more time. Now we are looking into the next habitat, but this is from the inside the house with the tortoises. You can see it from the window, just like you can see the lion habitat from the windows there. This is for the African wild dog, and when I came by here first, they were just sleeping, and I was like, yeah, well, this will be great footage. They're just sleeping inside their little shelter there. But as I said, you have to pass through this area again a little bit later, and then they were active. So we will have now footage of them, well, having moved outside. Yeah. African wild dogs is a wild canine from Africa, just as the name says. They are known for their really strong bite force. They can bite through a lot. And this is now where we are looking for the Aladabra giant tortoise. This is one of the largest tortoises that exists, and they are endemic to the Aladabra atolls in the Indian Ocean. They are a type of island giants. And yeah, really big tortoises, really great. Also very classic zoo species, giant tortoises. There were again children allowed to come into the habitat with the keeper. Probably again a thing you booked beforehand that allowed you to them to be close to the tortoises. So a lot of child-friendly features in this park, and I think this is probably what they are really specialized in. And talking about things for children, we are going to the petting zoo. And first, this is the guinea pig, one of their outdoor enclosures. There was nothing here because the guinea pigs were hanging out inside. And this is the best footage you could get from the window of their inside area. They also had access to this other outside yard, but I did spot them running around here but couldn't get any footage of it. So moving on to the walkthrough for the goats and the sheep, and they have of course pygmy goats. Pygmy goats are originally a type of African goat breed, but they have been, the breeds you see in Europe or North America tend to be European or North American breeds descending from African goats. They also have Gutnish sheep here. Gutnish sheep is, just as it sounds like, a breed of sheep from Gotland. So this is another old Swedish traditional breed of sheep. And I always like when zoos kind of do this, that they keep the local breeds alive that might not be as economically viable. Which is why I'm a little bit sad that they went with pygmy goats instead of a Swedish goat breed. But whatever. They are probably more in the easy to do with children category, the pygmy goats. And now we are in another walkthrough. This is the rabbit walkthrough. So yes, you get to enter the rabbit habitat and walk through it. This was pretty little habitat for them. And there you have it, the Mellerud rabbits with their famous black and white fur. So another local Swedish rabbit breed. Yeah, I don't know what to say more. There's nice rabbit footage coming. Rabbits are always fun to film. And we will have one there was one coming to investigate almost right where I was. It comes. But yeah. Now I have actually moved back and backtracked past the wild dogs and geladas, and then we found this other, I found this other habitat for goats and sheep, and this is where they keep the kids and lambs and the mothers, so they can be in peace and raising their young. And that is actually the end of part 2.